Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer decided to share their experience after finding few other reviews available for this network-attached storage device. Upon arrival, our reviewer was immediately impressed with the build quality. The unit was well packed and the drive trays were sturdy metal, not flimsy plastic. They felt the machine looked great and a handy utility made finding it on the network a breeze. The positive experience continued with the user interface, which is presented as a clean, windowed desktop right in a web browser. It's clear a lot of effort went into making it intuitive. When it comes to performance, this client found the device to be incredibly fast. Loaded up with a full set of hard drives and a couple of SSDs for caching, it absolutely flew over the 10G network connection, even outperforming a directly attached USB 3 solid-state drive array. This storage unit seems to handle everything thrown at it, supporting various network protocols for different operating systems and offering a vast library of apps. The hardware monitoring is thorough, and the small display on the front that shows the IP address is a genuinely useful touch. Upgrading the device was also surprisingly straightforward. A reviewer successfully added more affordable third-party random access memory and installed cache SSDs with ease, appreciating the user-friendly design with thumb screws instead of tiny, difficult ones. Even the customer support experience was positive. When this client had a technical question about a network configuration, they received prompt and helpful replies. While the firmware didn't support their exact request, the quality of the interaction was very encouraging. The only minor points to note were that initializing a very large storage array took several days, which is somewhat expected, and the network interfaces are limited to a single IP address each. Overall, this reviewer couldn't be happier, considering it a well-engineered and FL.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer wanted to share their experience with this network storage device. Right off the bat, they mention its build quality is really good, and it's surprisingly compact, taking up very little desk space. They even included photos. Plus, it runs quietly, which is a big win. The hardware installation was a breeze. Our reviewer purchased an NAS-specific hard drive along with it, followed the instructions, and everything configured without a hitch. Software-wise, it's mostly intuitive. This client did need to hop onto YouTube for a few tutorials, mainly to wrap their head around some of the network concepts. They openly admit to not being a network guru, and while the manufacturer's website has tutorials, the extra video guidance was helpful. The primary goal for this network drive is to serve as a private cloud for their work team, so they can all access and manage project information seamlessly. However, setting up alerts and external connections required some tweaking. Our reviewer had to configure a custom SMTP server to send alerts under their domain because using Google directly kept throwing errors. This involves some domain settings adjustments to grant access to people outside their local network. Speed-wise, the reviewer acknowledges their current home internet isn't ideal for remote access. Their download speed is decent, but the upload speed is a bottleneck. The device has dual network ports that support higher speeds, but their current network doesn't utilize that potential. They're planning to upgrade to symmetrical fiber internet to really unlock the device's full capabilities, as the current transfer speed is too slow for their workflow. Understanding all the ins and outs of the server takes some learning. It's not just a simple plug-and-play experience. You need to know what you're doing, and the reviewer suggests improving the documentation, especially regarding security and other important aspects. Overall, TH.
Cool. Let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer, an IT professional with over 2 decades in the field, offers their perspective on this network-attached storage. They feel it provides excellent specifications for the price point. Our reviewer found the RAM upgrade to 16 GB relatively straightforward, though it requires disassembling the unit to access the motherboard. Standard DDR4 SODIMMs should work without issue. They strongly advise using a UPS with any NAS, as file systems are vulnerable to data corruption from unexpected power loss. They were pleased to find this device immediately recognized their UPS when connected via USB, and appreciated the ability to set it to shut down after a short power outage. For caching, they recommend only using a single SSD for read caching, as write caching, especially without a UPS, can be risky. They've successfully installed several applications, including the Surveillance Center, which functions well. Our reviewer recommends using the smartphone app for playback. They've disabled external access due to ransomware vulnerabilities associated with EZ services, suggesting a VPN on your router with clients on mobile devices as a more secure remote access solution, though they haven't yet configured this themselves. Finally, they advocate for RAID 5 or 1 for data redundancy, cautioning against RAID 0 due to its lack of protection. The client's experience highlights the inevitability of hard drive failures, so preparation is key. Some drawbacks this client noticed include the fact that achieving the advertised 10G network support necessitates replacing the SSD card with a 10G NIC, and that a second slot would be beneficial. The unit could also benefit from improved sound insulation, as it can be somewhat noisy depending on the installed hard drives. Additionally, the app library isn't as extensive as those offered by competitors like Synology or QNAP, but they hope this will improve with increased adoption. The advertised camera support for the Surveillance Center.
That's all for today. If you like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.